Guys, in today's class, we'll see dynamic PAT. Dynamic NAT we covered in a previous class. Did anyone complete lab?
No, sir, didn't got a chance yesterday.
Okay, no problem. So today we'll complete dynamic PAT. In a dynamic PAT, there are two types or two different ways of performing a dynamic PAT. One is using outgoing interface IP where you have a public IP. Or apart from the WAN interface IP, I can take extra public IP to translate it. So first of all, let's complete these two types of translations today. And tomorrow I'll complete static NAT. So all the translations will be done. Guys, as I promised, tomorrow we'll have a class because last Wednesday we didn't had a class. So instead I told we'll be having class on Friday. Okay, so please join tomorrow and translation will be completed. I'm expecting in another 2 weeks, okay, we'll complete entire FortiGate training itself. Okay, so let's start now. Guys, don't get confused by looking at this topology. Your imagination should be like this is your FortiGate firewall. Our network is connected in such a way so that all the traffics will pass through the firewall. So you don't have to think how the connectivities are done. You just check whether your connections are working fine or not. That's it. So this is our LAN subnet. And this is our DMZ subnet. And for WAN, we have taken 192.168.1.0/24. This is our WAN subnet. I'm designing it properly so that you won't have confusion all the time. And these are the interfaces connected. So as per our topology, this is our FortiGate topology. Follow this. In this topology, we have .50 IP at LAN, .50 IP at DMZ, 160 IP at WAN. So .50 .50 and .160. We have IP here. Okay, so that's how connectivities are done. Whenever you turn on this lab, your router interfaces might be in a down state. This router seems lost the configurations. So I'll do one thing. I'll create one folder here. FortiGate. It's 10:30. This was the configuration file. I'll put it inside. And I'll create one more, inside this notepad itself. I'll create all configurations like uh, we'll create our, this is 14. So let me take dot 14 IP. This is dot 15. And on this PC, what IP we have taken, we'll see. Not taken any IP. Let me take dot 7 as an IP. So let's configure in this way. Uh, guys, I want to give this responsibility to one of you guys. Like every day before I start the class, I want you guys to start this and check whether all these configurations are there or not. If not, you have to copy and paste all the configurations. So who can do this every day before taking a class? You have to check this. Who can do it?
I will do it, sir.
I'll give this configuration file to you.
Okay.
So this is R14. Because this way it will take long time. I'll, you know, I'll waste around 10-15 minutes doing all these configurations all the time. Interface Z0 by 0, IP address 10.11.11.14, subnet mask 24, no shirt, IP route 10.11.11.50. So what you just have to do is copy and paste this configuration on R14. That's it. I've given write command here. Host name R14. Because what will happen, every time students will do practical, they will mess up. Now I'll copy this, make it R15, and copy all this. You don't have to create this notepad file. I'll give this notepad file at the end of class. Simply start all these devices, copy and paste if configuration is not there. Now take this DMZ router. And also I'll take this WAN router. On this LAN PC, I'll configure IP. 10.11.11.7, 10.11.11.50 gateway, and give some global DNS IP. Say OK. Close this. And let's see our reachability to our firewall interface .50, 10.11.11.50. And yes, it's reachable. Same thing, test it from R14 and R15 to your respective gateway. Ping your gateway IP. I'll give a write command here on both the devices. And we have now other routers. Take a configuration, paste it here. It's R2, host name WAN R2, interface IP. I'll give it 161. One 192.168.1.161, and gateway will be our firewall, which is 160. So coming to WAN router, and the DMZ server will configure. Okay, before I get into DMZ, let's check the connectivity. Ping our gateway IP. Yeah, perfect. Coming to DMZ, so this is my DMZ R3 and DMZ R3. And here we have as per the topology 192.168.30.0 IP and .5 IP here we have. One 192.168.30.50 and sorry, here I'll have .5 IP, .50 as a gateway. Configure it here. And I'll check a reachability. I'll ping our gateway IP. and it's reachable. Okay, guys, give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Okay, so I did all the configurations. Everything looks good. I'll save this configuration. Okay, who took a responsibility? Every day you'll be turning on all these devices before I start the class.
Sir, I'll do it
Okay.
from Monday.
Okay, no problem. Tomorrow, who is going to do it? See, you guys can, tell each other in a group as well. You can communicate, okay, today I'm doing it, today I'm doing it. Okay. So, see, if I get a time, if I connect early, I'll do it. If I'm doing it, I'll text in a group, or else till starting time, if I haven't texted, that means you guys have to do it. Now, I want to see what exactly you guys will be doing, how you will be doing. I just want to confirm.
Mm.
Let me stop all these devices and let me close this lab. So I want to see how exactly you guys will be doing. Let me share this notepad file with you guys. As a backup, you guys will have pre-config with you. All of you, please download this file. Download this file. Okay, one of you, please take a remote access. I'm giving you a permission. Ankur, let's take RDP access. Please share your screen.
Okay, sir. Just a minute.
Share it on the WhatsApp group.
Go to menu and start all the devices first of all. You don't have to copy first of all. Okay. Start all nodes. Guys, keep these steps in mind. I wanted you guys to follow this. That's why I made you to do this practice right now. Now take all consoles, all router consoles and PC consoles. Yeah. Press enter. Minimize this and open other consoles. Double click on all the devices. You'll get a console at one place. Open. You missed one device. Okay, increase the font size. Go to options. Go to session options. The first one. Click on appearance. In between we have. Yeah, click on that. Click on font. Select bold. Select 14. Okay. 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 Oh, it didn't happen. Do it again. Select one of the console first of all. Select one of the console. Okay. Now go to options, session options, appearance, font, bold, 14. Okay. Press enter. Oh, I guess your font size is that only. I guess your PC resolution is very high. Okay, maximize this. Maximize this. See, if you see this host name written DMG R3, that means pre-config is there. Understood? Now enable it. Go to enable mode and check show IP interface brief. Use short command EN. Show IP interface brief. And you see your G0x0 interface is in administratively down state. So quickly go to G0x0 and give no shut command. Go to configure terminal, CNF T. Press tab and press enter. Interface G0x0, no shut. Ankur, you have to work on your speed. You are not practicing. Hmm. Give end command. For DMG, what is gateway IP? Where is your topology? Open your topology. Open your topology. See what is the gateway IP for DMZ. At a DMZ zone, it's written, right? It's 50. Ping that IP. Go to DMZ router and ping that IP.
Wrong IP. 192.60.30.50.
Hmm.
Getting.
See, it is reachable, right? Same way, make a reachable from all the hosts. You all can help your friend, okay?
Yes, sir.
Help each other to complete the task. Once I told, I won't be speaking all the time.
Interface 0/0. No shutdown.
What happened?
110.
From R14, R15, you check the reachability?
50.
Mm. Go to R15, also R14 now. Little speed. See, once you understood that when you start a lab, interfaces will be down. Don't waste your time checking all the devices. Simply go to a interface, C1F space T, and press enter. Use shortcut commands, okay? Behave like professional. Hmm.
11.50.
Okay. And now go to WAN router and check from WAN. Enable. Could you really need to work with your speed? I don't know how much you are practicing with Cisco devices. 192.168 1.160. 160. Control C. Not 60, 160. Yep. I want this much before I start the class. I believe all of you guys are clear now what to do, right? Okay, please stop sharing now. So can I understand that all of you guys have understood? Ashish, Ankit, uh, Ashok, all of you guys understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's see dynamic path. Two different ways we have. Now, what is dynamic path? Let's understand first of all. See, when I say dynamic path is all about uh, port address translation, IP with port translation. Okay. Now, what is IP with port translation? And how many ports can be used with one IP? Let's understand. Have you guys heard about INA?
Yeah, I think that's the agency for all those ports. Sorry, the IP addresses.
That's true, but I'm asking, have you guys heard about IANA? IANA. It's Internet Assigned Number Authority.
That's right. Yeah.
So this has taken an approval, or it has approval taken from IETF. Okay. And IANA has given the concept of port number. Okay.
Your screen is not visible, I think. You have not shared screen.
That's it. Now visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible to me.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Now, here you can see I have opened a website. Just Google out about INA like this, and you'll see this website here. So INA is nothing but Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, and this is used for services, service name and transport protocol port number registry, and it was approved by IETF. Okay, and it has particular range of a port number. So when you guys talk about INA, it's about the port number. This is what you guys have to remember. Okay. So these are the three range of port numbers. Okay. And total range, if you say, a range of port number, you say starting from 0, so take it 0, and the last one is 65,535. This is the range of port number. System port number 021023, okay, not used in translation, or you can say does not participate in a translation. So not used in translation, or you can say does not participate. Understood. So out of 65,535, 1023 is minus. I mean, so if I talk about total 65,535, out of this you will minus 1023 port number, and also you will minus around 500 ports, 500 standard ports. Okay. Now, which standard port numbers? Then you can see I'll give you certain range of port numbers that will be helpful for you guys to understand. Wait a minute. Okay, if you see this document, I'll share this document with you guys. Please copy this and send it to a WhatsApp group. Here, if you see this, here you will see multiple standard port numbers, which devices are already hard coded. Okay. So if you see 1024, right? Now from 1025 itself, if you see there are multiple port numbers, these are standard port numbers and your devices are aware of it. Your devices are aware of all these port numbers. Okay. Now, what I told is out of 65,536, okay, not 36, 35, 1023 minus and 500 minus. So I can say approx 64K. Approx 64K ports can be used with one public IP. Understood? So this type of questions generally comes in your interview. Okay. They will ask you with one port number, with one public IP, how many port numbers can be used. So this is the justification you'll give. You'll say we have total range of port numbers between 0 to 65,535, out of which system ports are already occupied between 0 to 1023, which does not participate in translation. So this will be minus from 65,000, and we have approx 500 standard port numbers between standard port numbers that can be between that's between 1024 to 65,535. Okay, so this port number will, now you can say this 1023 is not at all used, and in between this range these port numbers are already occupied. Okay, so approx we are getting a port number that is between 1024 to 65,535. In this also we have a range of port numbers. User port is between 1024 to 49,151, and dynamic and or a private port numbers will be between this range. Okay, so these are the total port number informations, okay, that you should always be aware of. Guys, post in our WhatsApp this information. Always keep in mind whenever you will go for any interviews and all, when they ask you about port numbers, these are the primary things that you can understand. So whenever we are going with dynamic PAT, in a dynamic PAT with one public IP, how many sessions can be created? How many sessions can be created if they ask you? Then tell we can create up to 64K sessions, because around 64K ports are available with one public IP. So they might cross question you, but we have 65,535 ports, right? So where are the other port numbers? Where are around 1.5K ports? So give a justification about these port numbers. Okay. Guys, all of you, am I clear with this port number concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start with the translation. Now, guys, when I say dynamic PAT, when I talk about dynamic PAT, I'll use one public IP, single public IP, you can say, single public IP. And this single public IP will allow 64K ports, 64K sessions. Okay. 64K sessions to create. So how would you imagine, how would you calculate, like one public IP would be enough for how many users? Now calculate, like I have 100 users and one user, per user, you can say per user 100 sessions per second. Per user 100 sessions per second. It means 100 into 100 equals to 10,000 sessions per second can be created, right? So 10,000 sessions can be created per session per second. See, every second sessions will be created, disconnected, created, disconnected. That's how it manages the availability of a port number, right? So it does not get exhausted. Every second, if 10,000 session creating capacity, if it has, right? So I have a capacity of 64K, 64,000 sessions can be created. So I have a buffer of around, 54K. So it's not like every second they will create a new additional 10,000 seconds. No, it has a capacity. It might be less or more. Guys, 1 minute, I have a call. Okay, so we have 10,000 sessions per second. That much capacity it has, right, per second, but does not mean that this much sessions only can be, it can be more or less per second created by a user, depends. But one public IP can provide you, right, 64K sessions. So whenever they ask you in an interview, one public IP can be used for how many users, it's a diplomatic answer, guys. You can't say that, okay, one public IP can be used for 64K ports, not like that. Now, 64K ports can be used for 64K sessions, not for 64K users. So I can't say user based, I can say session based. That would be my correct answer. Okay, that's how it works. Guys, am I clear with the number of port numbers over here? Like 64K ports, how can it be used?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, now we'll do practical and we'll understand this lab, guys. Okay. So let's start this. First of all, I'll get access to a firewall. HTTPS:// 122.176.153.200 username admin password capital A small b at the rate 12345 and everything looks good. 1 minute, guys.
हो गया। अब आपका काम हो, आपका मैडम फोन किया अभी।
Please turn off your
और
mic, guys. Now, guys, I'll go to network. I'll go to interfaces. Everything's are good. I'll go to policy. I'll go to firewall policy. In a firewall policy, I'll create a policy between LAN and WAN zone. My incoming interface will be LAN zone. Outgoing interface will be WAN zone. Source, I'll create LAN subnet. I'll create a LAN subnet. No, not an internet service. Sorry. Here I'll create. Oh, this is creating something. I'll create addresses. So user internet services addresses, click on addresses, click on add. So call it as a LAN subnet. And here I'll put 10.11.11.0/24. It will come with the LAN internal interface. Select it here. Destination, let it be all. I don't have a fixed destination. Services, let it be all as of now. Action as accept. Now for translation, outgoing interface will be used. Outgoing interface address. Outgoing means what? Here, what is the outgoing interface? That interface IP will be used. So WAN zone as an outgoing interface, and here it has an IP 192.168.1.160. So this IP will be used for PAT. Now let me click on OK. And I have created this rule. Once you click on this rule, one more thing, let's check. See, log allowed date traffic, sorry, security events. No, I want for all these sessions logs to be generated, right? So click on OK. Now, once this is done, now we'll go to our RDP machine. Take a access. Go to LAN PC. Test 1, 2, 3. I'll try going for any website. www.facebook.com, www.google.com, and I can see I'm able to, get this website's access, right? And if you see on a firewall, there are sessions created. Click on FortiView sessions, and I can see my PC IP was .7, right? Double click on this. Okay, no need to double click. And here I can create a flow chart from this, guys. Okay, so let's create a flow chart here based on these informations. I want you guys to pay attention here. I want you guys to pay attention here itself. Okay, like source IP, destination IP, source port number, destination port number, and few options are not included here. So how can I include that? Since it's a port address translation, guys, if you put your mouse here, right, you'll get this setting type of option. Here you need source translation, source NAT port. These two options I need. So now these two options has been added here. Source address translation. Let me put it at the right place. Source address. Source port number and source address. Source address, source port number, source translation, and source translation port number. So these informations I'm putting at one place, easy to understand. These are source port, source IP, source port, source translated IP, source translated port number, and these were the destination that we tried reaching, right? And these were the destination port numbers. So according to you, you can design it whatever you want. Now, these are the countries that your traffic was reaching, US, like this, your traffics are reaching. Even you can see the flag over here. Now, based on this, let's create a flow chart. Okay, we'll take one session and try to make you understand. So we are sending a request here. Now see the flow and tell me guys, what's your source IP and source port number? What's a source IP and source port number?
10.11.11.7
Mm-hmm.
and source port is 58473
473.
and source net address is 192
Wait, what's a destination IP we tried reaching? It's 142.
142 142 250 6767.
Correct. What's a destination port number? 443.
443.
Destination port number 443. Now we tried reaching from LAN to WAN. So this is a part of source translation. Currently what we have done? Source translation, because we are going from LAN to WAN. Correct. So source IP and port number will only get translated. So to do this source translation, we applied dynamic path. This is our source IP and the port number. Destination will remain same. This packet was initiated from PC and it went to your firewall. Now source IP and port number got translated to which IP? Interface IP. What was that? 192.168.1.160. And understand, in FortiGate Firewall, it uses the same port number for translation. Now if you see, my source port number and source NAT port number are same. In Cisco and FortiGate, this is the way it works. And destination IP remains same. And this packet finally, after translation, goes from firewall to server. So this was a request. Now comes a reply. In a reply, server will reply back to a translated IP, and that translated IP will be this IP, and this packet will come from your server to firewall. And finally, this part, which is a reply from a server, will remain same, and your translated IP and port number will get untranslated back to a real IP and the port number, and this will finally come from firewall to PC, right? So if you see your cross connection, a guy who was source in a request has become destination in a reply. A guy who was destination in a request has become source in a reply. This cross connection has to match. So this is how packet flow looks in a translation. Guys, am I clear with the dynamic path? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now,
Sir, can we see these sessions in EVNG also?
yeah, everywhere you can see.
Okay.
Now guys, see, the benefit of doing this is here also, if you want to capture the packet, right? You can capture a packet and you can see through Wireshark. See, all sessions are being captured. Now go to PC and initiate any traffic. You will see such traffics being captured here. See, we tried sending for Google, right? Try to filter DNS protocol. See, we tried sending DNS request to Google. Google has get resolved here, right? So this is capturing, but there is difference, right? Firewall gives you graphical view. In a graphical view, you can better understand. Here you can go for dashboard, go for a dashboard. In a dashboard, go to status. In a status, now you can see many informations over here. Hmm? How many sessions got increased in between. See, graphical view, you can see how much memory has been utilized, how much CPU has been utilized, right? How many devices and users are connected, you can see here. I can see this many devices are there, hardware vendors are connected, and I can see these are the operating systems, status, LAN zone, how many devices are connected, who else are connected to a network. I can see all those information, like it is detecting all the MAC addresses. So these many devices I see currently are connected in my network. Okay. Now guys, I want to see the other way of doing dynamic pat. Now that's last thing, guys. So for example, I told you guys there are two ways of doing a dynamic pat. So we did it with outgoing interface IP. Currently we did it with outgoing interface IP. Now one more is left, that is using extra public IP. I won't be using outgoing interface. Instead, I'll use extra public IP. So assume, uh, let's go to policy. In a policy itself, I can easily manage. First of all, go to pools here. Create a pool. So say pat pool. Hmm. Generally, pool means a range of IP. Okay, but here I said pat. Use overload. Now 192.168.1.161. Now if I have a single IP, then write in a form of a range, same IP, and say OK. And this pool has created here, and go to firewall. And in a firewall, go to policy and say use dynamic IP pool. So click here, add the pool, and say OK. Now what will happen? Now whenever you initiate a traffic from this PC, right? Go for Google. Okay, Ankit, we are almost done. We are done with all these things. Okay. So once you do this, okay.
Yes. Sure, sir.
Once you do this, see, we got a page, and if you see in a firewall, okay, if you see in a firewall, you will see translation now getting occurred with dashboard. If you go to 40 view sessions, now you will see your IP started getting translated with 161 IP, right? So that was dynamic pat. But most of the time, preferred way would be using outgoing interface IP. Okay, if your public IP is not in used, so preferred way would be outgoing interface IP. Sessions will work faster. Come here and see. And it's working fine, guys. So this was all about today's session. Dynamic pat has been completed, guys. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time and we'll complete our translation chapter itself. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.